Everyone wants to rank higher in the search engines. You might be into any business, but your goal is to get your website and web pages to rank in the top of search engines like Google. But how does that work? How can everybody rank on the same keywords? It's not that easy. People talk about link building, driving traffic through social media and stuff. But one key thing is there, no matter which approach you take, you have to focus on the content. So today we're going to be talking about how to write content that deserves to be ranked in the top of search engine. Hello everybody, my name is Deepak Chauhan and today I'm going to be talking about step-by-step approach to creating content that will have higher chances of ranking in the top of search engines. So the first point is coming up with the right topic. That's a very important aspect of writing content. Topic will really depend on a lot of other factors, but it all boils down to a few facts, whether you want to talk about your services or some products that you have, or you're just running a blog and you're coming up with new topic ideas. No matter what the scenario is, it's equally important to have the right topic in your hands to begin with. Put yourself in the shoes of your audience and the possible prospective users, what they might be searching for when they're looking for some product or services or advice that you're going to offer. So let's say you're an immigration consultant and you want to attract new customers who are looking for a visa for a particular country, let's say Australia. You might consider writing something like how to get a visa to Australia, how to get work visa for Australia, or something like 3 steps to getting visa to Australia. So once you have the topic ready, it's time to research about similar content because it's important to know what has already been written out there. The first step, my favorite step, is just going to Google and typing the topic into the Google and finding out what comes up. Look at the top 10 listings. Maybe take your time to open those listings and find out what are the subtopics, what is the length of the article, how they have put together, are they missing any point that the user might be interested in? Compile a list of all these things and make an exhaustive list. Yes, it's important. Make an exhaustive list because you want to give your users everything that they're looking for. You don't want to miss on a point. So leverage what your competitors have already written, and let's say a competitor A or listing A has 10 different points. The second listing has 3 different points. And then you have some of your own subtopics and points that you want to cover. So make a list of points that you think will be helpful, that you think will give more value to your audience. The length of the content, it's a no-brainer. Everybody knows. I mean, Google has shown over the time. The better, the more in-depth the content is, the higher its chances of ranking in the top are. All right. If you don't believe it, simply check out the length of the content of the top 10 rankings and those on the 2nd and 3rd page and the 4th page of the Google SERPs for the same keyword. Once you have decided on the topic, you've decided on the content length, you decided on the subtopics, what are you going to cover, it's time to talk about the structure of the content. Yes, that's very important. Usually, when you're a newbie, you're starting up, you just try to throw around a few hundred words and you think that, okay, you're right on your way to rank into the Google's top listings. But that's not true. How do we structure your content that Google loves? So first of all, let's forget about the Google or search engines for that matter. You're writing content for the users. Search engines are only a medium to drive traffic to you, to get the users onto your site for the content that they're looking for, right? So even Google is not going to like it if the users are not liking it. Let's look into how we're going to structure our content. The first and very important thing is the heading. Heading is what is going to make the first impression. It must include your primary keywords. Inclusion of primary keyword in every aspect of your content is very, very, very important. You can't ignore it. So it has to be part of your heading. It has to be part of your introduction paragraph. It has to be part of the subparagraph. It has to come several times in your entire content. And not only that, it has to be a part of your web page URL as well. The URL has to be friendly. Go about introducing the whole topic briefly. It doesn't have to be exhaustive, but the user needs to know what they are going to get into. If they have to spare a few minutes of their time, there is so much of content on the internet. The user are not going to be able to spend their time on every piece of content that they're exposed to. So make it worth their time. Introduction is going to brief them about what they are going to delve into. After a brief introduction, lead your users into the main content. It would really help if you break down your content in several subtopics. Make a bullet point of all the points that you want to cover so the user knows up front what to expect, and if they want, they can even skip down to that particular part of your page or that particular subpoint. Include relevant, high quality, rich images that matches with your content theme so it doesn't look like a boring piece of content. Now, make it worth the user's time by including important statistics. It's advisable that you come up with some statistics based on your research on the topic. Include them. That gives a weightage to your content that will make the user trust whatever you're writing. Include references and examples. For example, let's go to google.com and search for actionable ranking advice. There you go. So you see on the top you see an article that is actionable search ranking advice by 14 seasoned marketing experts. Now you'll notice that the article sets the expectation right by having the right catchy headline, and then it has an introduction block that further defines what the users can expect inside further deeper into the article. And after that there are headlines and then the further topics. So everything is broken down into smaller paragraphs so users don't feel lost. And as you can see, there are relevant images. So once you have covered everything, once you've done writing, come to a conclusion about, provide a summary of what all has been discussed. So that way user can take a solid takeaway from your article. The final and most interesting part is optimizing your content so it can rank higher. Optimizing a content may be intimidating for some people, but it's not that difficult. Let's break it down into what are the steps to optimizing your piece of content. So include the right keywords. Yes, keywords are very important. You have to include your keywords into the heading, into the page URL, into the main introduction block, and several times into the content. Make sure to include relevant text and keywords into the images of your article. Your content should look good in mobile devices. People nowadays search a lot on mobile devices. If it doesn't look good, they'll simply hit back and they will go to some other article. Do away with any heavy graphics or anything. You make sure that you optimize your images and they're not very heavy. Don't use heavy code or heavy plugins if you're using WordPress or any open source CMS. Optimizing a piece of content is a huge topic in itself, and we'll cover that in some future video. That's it for now. In the next video, we're going to be talking about marketing your content or acquiring the backlink for your content. Getting the backlink for your piece of content is an important aspect into ranking your web page higher into the search engines. That's it for now, guys. I hope this was helpful and you'll be able to use some of these advice into your next piece of content. Thank you so much, guys. If you really like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. It's down below there. For any suggestions or questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.